Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All Part 23. In the previous video, we began trying to find out exactly how Juan Corrida was killed. We are now going to go to the hallway and blast Lada with mystical mind powers and force her to reveal all of her secrets, like what conditioner she uses. We've seen this beginning part, and now that we have actual evidence, we can present this. This woman! She's Adrian Andrews, Matt Unguard's manager. The Nickel Samurai's manager caught secretly meeting with his rival, the GMA Ninja? It would be the hottest story of the season, wouldn't it? You're pretty good at this guessing thing, Mr. Lawyer. But you can't just make up any old thing and think it'll make the papers. You gotta have backup. Backup? Yeah, you gotta have that, what's it? News sauce? Is that what the kids are calling it these days? I don't know, I'm not really in touch. How old are you, Lotta, by the way? Aren't you like, 23? I don't buy it. You're like at least 35. You mean news source? That's it. They're showing me something that shows that one guy had something to do with Miss Andrews. And then we just got a little bit of evidence here. Oh, that dirty, dirty word, evidence. This is the article from a certain weekly tabloid. Jammin' Midnight Rendezvous? To the mysterious yet beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA. Ah! Mr. Corrida didn't have a manager of his own. What's more, his rival, Mr. Unguard's manager, Adrian Andrews, he has the initials AA. You saw this article and then thought to take some pictures of them as proof. That's why you were lurking around Mr. Corrida's door last night. Ah! Wah! I'm the loser. I don't know, I lost it after that. You were looking into Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' affair, weren't you? You got it. I was gonna get myself a scoop by catching them in a secret meeting. But there's already an article about it in one of the weekly tabloid magazines. It's no longer breaking news. What'd you just say? Her initials are AA. What kind of vague thing is that? Ain't no proof of nothing. People are gonna want to see real proof. Like them fornicating. Well, at least I do. That's what I was doing, getting photos. Oh. I'm gonna whip up the reader's interest with some gossip and a little misleading. Then spice it up with a little... I can't. I got too caught up in doing it to the music part. And spice it up a little and have myself an exclusive story. Wow, a lot of nice journalistic integrity you got there. I already finished writing up my spicy article, you know? But... wait, the paper I wrote on it, my note to myself, is gone. Your note to yourself? It was inside the case of my $1,600 camera. They done run off together. I came here for my big story, didn't come here to have my treasure disappear on me. Yeah, I understand. It's enough to make a gal go bonkers, I tell you. What's with you people now, anyway? I never thought I'd see the day when someone done steal something from me. You really want that note back, huh? I got no idea why, though. The story on that note is probably a bold-faced lie. Okay, so we didn't really get anything out of this? I mean, we know the article's in the case, but that doesn't really directly help us yet. Now, we could try and blast you. So we could blast you, or we could try and blast... oh, we can go to the Criminal Affairs Department. Maybe there's something here. Because I feel like we don't have enough evidence to blast either Old Bag or... what's her name? Adrian? Ayo, Adrian. Doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here. Great. Now even Pearls is calling him Scruffy. Thanks, Francesca. Isn't that your name? Yeah, Adrian. They said something about investigation briefing. I don't know why I was reading that wrong. Earlier, right? Why don't we come back and try again later when they're done? No, absolutely not. I guess that's all we can do, right, Mr. Nick? Frickin' This must be the chief of detectives here. He's glued to his computer screen. What? The Heroes Award ceremony? The grand prize got away from the GM and Ninja again. This is a dark night for all GM and Ninja stands across the world. Shouldn't you be reading something more important? Oh, it's kind of cute. No, it's not. Mr. Nick, what is the stuffed animal's name? That's the blue badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's this precinct's mascot, you know. Also, quit auto-scrolling, man. Don't do that ever again. I'll slap you. The blue badger, aka Hell Incarnate, and I hate him. Wow. I'll get him assigned mascot of every police station. It would be the last thing I do. I hope you succeed in your mission, sir. Fish and mailed. That must be one of those detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. Break and spit it out, you low-life scumbag. A turkey sandwich? Don't you eat ham every day? Get sick of it or something? He was doing image training for interrogations. Yeah, that's it. So these are the detectives' desks. They are unusually clean. There are computers and files on each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I expected. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Or maybe they have no real police work to do, so they just clean their desks over and over. A poster of a female police officer. Wait, no, that's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar. My bad. No comment. You know anything about old Adrian? That's my manager, bruh. You meet her? Yeah. What'd you think? Strong woman, right? And she takes good care of me, too. Not in that way, though. She'd hit me if I said that. You're such a mama's boy. You know anything about this old lady? You know anything about Francesca? Oh, dude, this person looks like a member of my fan club. You know anything about this magazine clipping? What do you think about this article? Huh? You talking about a thing with Juan? Oh, I thought she was a bit careless in the way she handled it. And that's it? That's it. Okay. You seen this camera? Dude, not like throw money around. Not like I buy anything and everything. Know anything about this guitar case? About this wine glass? What do I do, Pearl? Let's try and fight Adrian, I guess. Now, maybe fight isn't the term you would use, but it's definitely the correct term. Whoa, whoa, we're controller. They're out to get me. We're investigating too fast. The game's like, oh no, he's gonna beat the game too quickly. We have to stop him. Now my controller's just like completely busted. It won't reconnect. One second. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Just had to restart the game so it would re-recognize my controller. Sometimes Steam does that. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna blast you. Well, first we were gonna show you some evidence and then see if we could blast you. I'd like to ask you about this. I told you I hate trifling matters, but it's a waste of time to show me things that have no relevance to me. Wow, man, this was really freaking rude. Anything about this guitar case? Alright, well actually, let me check. Let's go back to Juan's room real quick. Make sure, because there's nobody here. I wanted to make sure there was no story scene or nothing. We'll be pretty cautious on this one unless we feel like we have a very clear answer. We'll probably back off and go check out Oldback. Why was Juan Corrida murdered? He asked me. I think you know the reason he was killed. Why are you hiding things? Don't you realize you're putting Mr. Engarde's life in danger by your actions? Why do you ask questions which I have no answers? The truth is, I was not that close to Mr. Kurita. You were not that close? That's right. I've never been good at being intimate with another person. You're not good at being intimate with another person? I highly doubt that, because I have this gossip rag. You and Mr. Kurita had an intimate relationship, did you not? A silly third-rate tabloid article? If you even have half your wits about you, you wouldn't believe such rubbish. What next? Am I an alien from the planet Xenon? They haven't written about that, have they? Because if they do, there will be hell to pay. It seems quite a few people have already bought into this story. As to be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars. Note to self, stay on our good side. In any case, I despise interpersonal relationships like that. I see. However, what if there was a need for you to get close to someone? Me? Need to get close to Mr. Kurita? As if there was ever any such a need. Everyone maybe on guard? He seems very committed to his career. I guess in the sense that it's also her career, but I don't think we have any evidence about that. So let's back off for now. Let's go try and blast the old lady. I don't even really remember what her secret was about. And we did finish talking to you, right? I believe so. Because we showed you that, and you're like, I don't know. We showed you the camera, you're like, I don't know, man. You know anything about this confession? I mean, the press conference? I'd like to confess if I win something. I heard he faxed his request for a conference in from the office only yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah, that is kind of sudden. But I guess his manager set everything up somehow, so he was, lucky. Nice manager. Yeah, there's nothing really there. Also, my controller is still dying. Maybe I should buy a new USB cable after all. I mean, it's like a couple bucks. I don't wanna admit defeat. Where am I going? That's the wrong way, dude. I'll blame that on the controller, even though I very definitely hit the wrong button. Alright. What do I do? Well, let's show you this stuff. You know anything about this? Okay, I'm just gonna assume no and blast you. What you witnessed. Alright, I'll be honest with you for now. Then please, tell us what you saw. But, oh, what a waste. And here I have a perfectly good chance to have a little fun at you young'uns' expenses. I am a little devil after all. Doesn't that imply you aren't a good person? Alright, I'll give you what you want. What? What? I don't think I have enough. I don't know. What do you want? Please tell me. Rat-a-tat-tat. That made no sense, right? Like, I'm not crazy? A present. If you bring me Juan's autograph. But, like, we had the autograph and it got yeeted out of my inventory. It's like the... I really don't understand what happened to it. Because I know we got it and it's just gone. Like, it's not in our stuff anymore. Like, because I mean, I tried to look for it on the ground, like here, like examining. Oh, there it is. Mr. Nick, what's this piece of paper? I guess I didn't see it. It's got an autograph. Autograph? Paper's got Mr. Kurita's name written on it, so it's his autograph. I mean, they could have just, like, added that to my inventory. I can't read it at all. To be honest, I've never seen writing that looks like this. It's a special way of writing called a cursive. It's some dumb shit they teach kids, or they used to. Thankfully, I don't think they do it anymore. Look here, see how it says, to my dearest Wendy in normal letters here? this sloppy, unreadable writing? It's crazy and cruel to give this to someone. Pearl, maybe you're not so bad after all. Maybe you are enlightened. Hold on. Maya, I think you should let Pearl be leader of Kurain Village to lead them into a new golden age because she has a firm grasp on reality by knowing that cursive is dumb. Wendy, I've heard that name somewhere before. Dang. So many menus, man. And then we blast you. You will be blasted in about 15 minutes once this animation finishes. That's Juan's autograph! Yes, it is. Man, you got so excited you turned southern for a second there. And it even says, "To my dearest Wendy" on it. That's me, right? Right? Maybe? My name is Wendy Oldback, so that Wendy has to be me, right? I think he just really likes chicken sandwiches and Frosties. Well, it may say Wendy, but somehow I don't think Juan had this Wendy in mind when he signed it. Oh, please give it to me. Let me have it, please. I can't let you have it just like that. Yes, I know. Then how about an exchange? It breaks all of them at once? Okay. Wow, she must really want... Okay, it doesn't break all of them at once, but it breaks almost all of them. I thought it was weird that she had 4 pieces of whatever. I feel like we did not have anywhere near 4 pieces of evidence that related to Oldbag. Your offer isn't good enough for you? Fine, Mr. Wright, you win. Wendy Oldbag, ready to open up her heart. All for my dearest Juan. Okay. So it's just like they lied to you? Got it. Can I get like super, like, you know, if you're gonna make the HP system so strict where it's like you really only ever get 3 strikes, can I at least like supercharge it? Like I think the HP system is like objectively worse than it was. Well, I mean, I like the idea of maybe certain ones have being less penalty, but it seems like the actual HP loss associated with the question seems to be completely like almost random. Like some of the super easy ones will have like no loss whatsoever, and then like the super hard ones will like take half your HP in an instant. So I don't know. Because, I mean, like, in the last case, like, we got 2 questions wrong, like, the same prompt wrong twice, and then we were at 1 HP. Like, come on, man. And that's expected to last you for the entire 2-phase trial. It's ridiculous. Autograph given to Wendy. I mean, I guess it's because you can save skill whenever you want, but... I guess you could do that in the original version, right? I don't know. So I just think it's kind of bad. Compared to the first game, which, I mean, I felt like 5 strikes per, like, phase of the trial was, like, super generous. Or maybe it was maybe even a little too generous, but... I feel bad for you now. Huh? I tell you, I saw him that night. I saw him coming out of Juan's room. You're kidding. Oh, no. It was about 10 minutes before Juan's body was discovered. It was just a coincidence. I was on my way to the toilet, minding my own business. Please don't tell us more about your business. And did you tell that to the police? Well, of course. I thought I could get a gift certificate or 2 out of it, maybe more. What? Gift certificate? I've been recruited again for the part of the trial. You know, the trial tomorrow. This time, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna work hard to get your client pronounced guilty. What? But Mr. Ongard hasn't done anything bad. I don't care about details like that. I know he's in my dear poor Juan, and I just do. A yellow-bellied chicken? A yellow-bellied chicken? I wonder what that would look like. I trust my senses. I know when someone did something bad, and I say he did. What did Mr. Ongard ever do to her to deserve this? What did Mr. Ongard do to you to make you so... You don't know? That guy, he framed my Juan. He created that scandal that plagued poor Juan. Mr. Nick. What is it? What's a scandal? I'll tell you about that when you're older, okay? Poor Juan, led astray by that wiles of that vile temptress. Mr. Nick, what do vials and wild temptress mean? We'll tell you when you're older, Pearl. Ah! How about we just listen to what Miss Oldbeck has to say for now, okay, Pearls? But don't pay too much attention to the actual words she uses, just like the gist. So, Miss Oldbeck, who is this woman you're talking about? Adrian Andrews, of course. Who else? That guy, he shoved that girl into Juan on purpose. His own manager, but why? The lawyers were smart. It was to create a scandal to make Juan lose face. That girl drove Juan into a scandal that dragged his reputation through the mud. Sounds like a pretty standard definition of a scandal to me. I mean, wouldn't it be, like, more scandalous for On Guard that his manager is, like, working with the opposition? Like, I feel like that's not really much of a scandal for Juan, in my mind. And anything, like, it would just be the, like, you know, if you look at typical, like, entertainment news, it's gonna be the Adrian chick that's gonna get all the blame, right? You know, she's gonna be the one that's portrayed in, like, a bad light. Why do you know about that anyway, Miss Oldbag? I'm one of Juan's biggest fans. I'm always out to get out there gathering information. There's nothing I don't know. And do you have proof that Mr. Ongar did what you say he did? Rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat. Next week's issue of a certain magazine says so. Next week's? Of course. A tabloid. Next week? Doesn't that mean it's something people don't know about yet? Ah, so she has the camera. I was wondering what the camera, like, if she must have had something to do with the camera. Why would Mr. Oldbeck have information like that? And where did she get it? Give me camera? Please give camera? Give camera? I need camera? I need evidence so I can present it and blast people? I mean, it did say you got into, like, an argument with Lotta, right? So that's when you stole it? I mean, do we, like, see it laying around anywhere? These cameras belong to the press that came to cover the conference. They're all basically doing the same thing, staring at an empty stage. Yeah, but, like, lady. I need the evidence, you see? Ah, here we go. I think the Gumshoe said they had an investigation briefing. Yeah. Oh, he's back! Hey, so you came, pal? Why the blunt greeting? I called you pal, didn't I? Damn, dude, how much friendly you want me to be? Want me to get down on my knees and... Oh, because there's nothing to be friendly or happy about. What do you mean by that? Well, things look perfect this time around. The evidence and testimony are airtight. But, we can't just roll over and die. We have to stay positive. And don't you tell us that literally every single case? And then we find like 18 holes in it anyway? Well, first things first. If I'm caught leaking info to you here in the precinct, my neck's gonna be in a ringer, pal. Your neck? No! I mean, my neck as a joke. Really, I meant my nick. Because we'll arrest you for skullduggery. But yeah, ask me about things that have to do with the case only. Alright, pal? Fine. Don't think about this wine glass? Stuff in that glass is tomato juice, pal. Tomato juice? Heard the victim really loved that stuff. Favorite drink in the world. Disgusting. It was his favorite drink? First time I've heard that. What can you tell me about this guitar case? Oh, that? Well, don't let anybody else know, but, put a guitar in them. This is just what I heard, pal, but that's the Jammin' Ninja's signature item. But the guitar wasn't in his hotel room. Yeah, we look for it too. Not normal for a person to forget to bring along their most famous item to an award show. Starting to sound like that red guitar is related to the case after all. Didn't he have it in the opening, though? I can't really remember. So what do you mean the evidence is airtight? I can't give you all the details, pal, but there's two big pieces. Two? And both of them are in this photo. There's a dang old knife. First, the button. Is there a button missing? Oh, yeah, okay, those buttons. Yeah, it do be kind of missing, though. It's a big-ass button. First is the button that's missing from the victim's chest. That's the button you found during your body search of Mr. On Guard. Yep, found it in the folds of the Nickel Samurai special pants. You found it in his pants, not on his person? Or did he just have the outfit on at the time? And the second one is the knife in his chest, pal. Fingerprints on the knife in the chest, to be exact. Fingerprints? Whose are they? They're yours, Pearly! Haha, you're under arrest! You've been served! You didn't even have to ask, little missy, it's obvious. They're mad on guards. Tomorrow's trial. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. What about this airtight testimony? It's that old security lady, Miss Oldbag. I thought so. What do you mean you thought so? Did she tell you something, pal? Well, I even told her not to open that mouth of hers and blab to anyone. Her blab knob is stuck on 10 and there's no turning it down, trust me. Actually, this one goes to 11. Yeah, well, Miss Oldbag saw it all, pal. She saw Mr. On Guard come out of the victim's room around the estimated time of death. No way! You know anything about this camera? You know anything about, Adrian? There's something interesting about this woman, pal. And what's that? You don't know? Haven't you heard the gossip about her? Gossip, huh? I wonder if he knows anything about that article. Anything about Francesca? I'm caught looking info to you here and I'm gonna get whipped, man. I don't want to get whipped. I'm tired of getting whipped, man. I keep trying to say my safe word and she just ignores it. I yell out, elephant, elephant, elephant. It just don't do nothing, man. We're pretty interested in this bit of gossip ourselves. A scandal with Mr. Corita? But why? Well, 2 years ago, a woman committed suicide. Suicide? You heard that word wrong, Pearl. It wasn't that word. It was a different word. That's much less, scary. Her name was Celeste Impacts. And she was Juan Corita's manager. The victim's manager? But that's not all, pal. Miss Impacts was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. She taught Miss Andrews everything she knew about the business from square one. Her mentor? A woman who was both Mr. Corita's manager and Miss Andrews' mentor. Her suicide has something to do with this case? Do you want to know more about her, pal? Yeah. Give me the info, dude. She was the victim's manager and was also Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor. Been 2 years since her suicide, and now those two are linked together again by death. Seems to happen a lot in your cases, man. What's up with that? You know, your cases are always linked to some incident that happened way long ago in the past. Phoenix, you a Time Lord? Maybe it's just a coincidence. But, god damn frickin' whip on my nipple again. I'm getting sick of dealing with one foolish idiot after another. Miss Von Karma, you can't seem to stop allying yourself with the enemy, can you? I don't need a traitor in my midst. You don't mean... I do, Scruffy. You have 30 minutes to get out of here. You're no longer needed. Goodbye. That's... Wait, please wait, sir. I'll give Phoenix Wright a noogie right now if it'll make you feel better. Swirly, atomic wedgie, anything. Just let me keep my job, man. Quiet. If it weren't for traitors like you, I would have won. Is that what you want to say? Ooh, is it Miley? I've been wondering when Miley's gonna show up. Who? That voice. Edgeworth? Ooh, Edgeworth. He brought his own boombox. It's been a long time, right? This person. This is Mr. Edgeworth? Why does he look like such a dork? What am I going to do with you? Still blaming others when things go wrong? You haven't changed a bit, Francesca. Yo, it's like almost sexy Edgeworth face, but it's less weird. You! How dare you show your face to me without a shred of shame on it? You soiled the Von Karma name, dragged it through the mud. You even ran away with your tail between your legs like the ill-bred dog you are. You talking about the Von Karma family creed, to be perfect in every way? Then let's hear it, Francesca. How are things going? Hey, you're having a rough time maintaining perfection in this country. Damn, Edgeworth. You seem to be getting crushed under the weight of it all. Edgeworth, you do realize you've lost to us more than she has, right? That's why I came back. Like, seriously, you're like 0-3 against this. Yeah, I mean, technically 0-2, kind of. 0-3 if you count Chapter 5 of the first game. Which I'm gonna count. Keep your assumptions to yourself. I haven't given in yet. I won't lose. This case is mine. I'll never hand it over to you. Never! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I will see you tomorrow, in court. It will be a clinical lesson on the meaning of total victory. Still the same wild mare she always was. What's up, buddy? I thought you, the prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, had gone and died. Phoenix, you always were an idiot, weren't you? Mr. Nick! Does that mean he's a zombie? I never wanted to see you again. I don't think that's enough of a warm welcome for someone you haven't seen in a year. You gonna run tomorrow's trial? You heard her, right? That wild mare hasn't given in yet, it seems. So no, I don't think I'll be making an appearance. Oh, maybe like first phase of the trial you do Von Karma, and then she fucks up, and then they bring in Edgy Boy for the true finale. Your hatred for me is quite unhealthy, not to mention one-sided. But I will say one thing. Yo, Phoenix, you're being like big weird. You can't win on your own at the trial tomorrow. Shut up. What is that supposed to mean? I have something definitive that you lack. And working together is the definition of teamwork. It's the power to find the truth, and to reach out for it. The truth? In order to understand this case, you have to understand a certain truth. Well, if you ever feel the need for my assistance, it is available to you. I'm not in charge of this case, so I can be a bit more generous with information. So what is going on inside his head? Also, Phoenix, why are you being so fucking weird? Like, man needed to find himself, okay? Like, maybe he phrased his note a little awkwardly, but it's no reason to hate the man. Well, you ever seen a real-life attorney's badge? I have no interest in talking about useless evidence. What? Put a little more thought into what you show me, Phoenix Wright. Still as stuck up as ever. Don't look into a few key players. You don't know anything about Maya. Why don't you just tell it to me straight and say I don't have any info? Because then he couldn't do a smug face. Stupid smug Edgeworth. You know anything about Gumshoe? You know anything about Francesca? Know anything about Adrian Andrews? Adrian Andrews. She holds a large secret within herself. A secret? You can't help but feel that this whole case revolves around her. You know anything about Miss Holbeck? You know anything about Madame Guard? Well, I was abroad. These deplorable type of actors became popular, I take it. Well, refreshing like a spring breeze is his motto. Refreshing? What is so refreshing about a spring breeze? I hate spring. It's hot and pollen gets everywhere. I hate it. Sounds like pollen is not treating him well. Phoenix, I already made that joke. There's an interesting rumor about this man. You mean the one about Miss Andrews getting close to him? That's pretty common tabloid fare, isn't it? No. The other rumor. The only word you need to know? 9 inches. I don't take things at face value when there's more to be found. Oh, come on, man. Tell me about yourself, buddy. This woman is another key to solving this case. Do you really think so? He was Adrian Andrews' mentor a long time ago, but she suddenly called away by a different show and became Juan Corrida's manager. And then a few months later, Celeste Impax died. But her death was ruled a suicide, right? Yes. There's still one riddle we've yet to solve. A riddle? Her suicide note. It went missing. No one could find it. Suicide note? They just vanished, huh? A lot of things may have happened, however, Manfred von Karma is still my mentor. Or was still my mentor. I mean, I guess technically is. I don't know if he's been executed yet, but, and a perfect win record is proof of a von Karma. 1 year ago, but none of the Von Karmas have a perfect record anymore. You could not establish guilt in a few cases. Are those losses the reason you suddenly disappeared from the prosecutor's office? Did you leave because you had lost your perfect win record? I think your motivation for prosecuting trials was so selfish. Okay, that's actually a kind of decent reason to be mad at Edgeworth. It'd been better for everyone if you never came back from the dead, Edgeworth. Okay, maybe that's a little far. But, I mean, I kind of get where he's coming from, right? Like, you're only prosecuting for the sake of your own, like, glory and vanity as opposed to actually trying to, like, pursue justice. I see. Then let me ask you something. Why do you stand in the courtroom? What is your reason? I'm like 1 year overdue on my rent, man. Well, with Francesca, she almost always says, I will defeat you this time, the instant she sees me. But the courtroom's not a personal battlefield for prosecutors and lawyers. I stand in the courtroom to defend my client. To save their lives. To save your client, you say? Those who think only of their own ego-driven goals? Those kind of prosecutors are reprehensible to me. Even if you're a prodigy, or someone like you, Edgeworth. Looks like there's still a lot you have yet to learn. A lot I've yet to learn? Me? Have you know, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney? Ace Attorney? Not Mr. Edgeworth lost 3 times in a row and then turned in my bags and flew away to Hawaii or something. Well, that's enough for now. The time will come. The time when you will see is coming soon enough. Miss Impact's death was most certainly a suicide. Of that, there is no mistake. However, we could not find her suicide note. That's when the police began to suspect that someone had hidden it. The suicide note? But how do you know Miss Impacts had even written such a note? There was no solid evidence, however. We did find traces of ink on her right index finger, which makes the likelihood of a suicide note very high. But who would hide such a thing? Police think it was Mr. Juan Corrida himself. The victim? She really wrote that note very oddly for someone who totally lives in America. He was the one who found her body. Makes him the only person who had a chance to hide her suicide note. Mr. Corrida hid his own manager's suicide note? But why? As long as her note is missing, any speculation beyond this is meaningless. For now, I think you should look this over. This is the suicide report. Part 1, anyway. Part 1? Okay. I don't like to look through reports. Reading is beneath me. I like suicide reports even less. Worst of all, are all the reports that have multiple parts like this one. That is 2. All that reading. It's like 7 or 8 sentences, man. How the hell am I supposed to read all that? 2 parts? What you just handed me is the first part of the report. Here's the second part. The second part of the report is about an attempted suicide. The attempter's name? Adrian Andrews? Miss Andrews? What did she do? She tried to kill herself? She doesn't seem like the kind of person to try to kill herself, though. You think she's a strong, career woman? That's just what she wants you to think. Adrian Andrews? She has a certain secret she's always trying to hide. A secret? Her dependent nature. That's what she's really like on the inside. Miss Andrews, dependent? Talk about the exact opposite of what that woman is. Okay. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, we've never had more than 5 lines, or more than 4 lines before, but they just overwritten one of them that we'd already done. What's this about Miss Andrews having a dependent nature? Adrian Andrews' attempted suicide was a few days after the death of Celeste Impacts. And why did Adrian Andrews think about committing suicide? Because she had apparently lost her will to live. Well, yeah, that makes sense. That's usually why. Lost her will, but why would she? I mean, come on, it was her mentor. They were probably very close. Her pillar of strength, her mentor, Celeste Impacts, was gone forever. That's why. But why would that? Is this what they call a following someone to the grave? So, Pearls, you know that, but you don't know what the hell, chicken is? After her attempted suicide, Agent Andrews started attending counseling sessions. She is someone who needs a person in whom she can trust absolutely. And when she finds that person, she'll do anything she can to keep them near. Without such an anchor in her life, her crippling anxiety stifles her ability to live. And that's the nature of her dependency on others? When Celeste Impact suddenly committed suicide, the world before her turned pitch dark. And that's according to Adrian Andrews herself. Then that means her super confident attitude? It's all a facade. I even put a little fancy squiggly under the C. You like that, Phoenix? Took a lot of time to find out the correct code to make the C look like that, because you can't just hit C on the keyboard. You have to like hold down shift and the numbers, and then it'll make the... I'm sorry. She's only copying her mentor's behavior to hold herself together. How terrible. So, we have this now. Now the question is, I still don't really know which one of those corresponds to what she said, like, because it said to protect this person is why... Dude, the menus are so confusing, if I'm being honest. Oh, Miss Andrews is here, but it looks like she's talking with someone. That's Francesca von Karma. Miss von Karma? What are you doing here? Well, you see, I'm his lawyer, so you've got some nerve following me around. But we were here first. Following you? That's you, Miss von Karma. You're the one doing the following. Pearls, you're gonna get whipped. You're always following that Mr. Detective with his little beard. I mean, he's got like 8 hairs. Does that count as a beard? Me following after Scruffy? Don't make me laugh. Let me show you something interesting, little girl. What is that? An electromagnetic receiver. I planted a tracking device on that detective. And with this, I know that fool's every move. So that noise we heard was this receiver? I feel really sorry for poor Detective Gumshoe now. Now then, let's stop wasting time. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. What were those two talking about? Miss Andrews, she seems a little dazed, doesn't she? We can try and prevent that stuff. Okay, so... I mean, let's save before we do this. I guess we could have tried to present the lady. See if we could have gotten any info there. Probably not, but... Okay, you're not... So then we say magazine clipping. Okay, let's pay attention to this dialogue this time. Silly third rate. Okay. To be expected in a world filled with crooks and liars, note to self, stay on our good side. I despise the relationships. Can you get close to Mr. Kurita for this person's sake? Do you really still not understand? But like, I thought it was because maybe she's devoted to Matt and Matt told her to do it, so that's why she did it. You're a manager, it's called a job. Of the star, not the man. Must settle him to go home, but I know you must have need to get... I mean, I guess that has something to do with the... I mean, I know we have to use the other stuff eventually. I mean, impacts? Now, why would... I guess maybe she wanted to get close to him to find the truth about her suicide, maybe? Celeste Impacts, your mentor? How do you know about Celeste? Miss Impacts? She committed suicide, didn't she? But it looks like no one knows why. Right before her death, she was Juan Kurita's manager. I believe you got close to Mr. Kurita so you could find out more about her suicide. You have a great imagination. You don't have a future yet as a slimy muckraker for a putrid third-rate tabloid. I mean, muckraker, that's actually like a... I mean, those are... It's not really an insult, to be honest. I mean, we'd be eating, like, rat meat if it wasn't for them. Miss Andrews? And we still probably do eat, like, a little bit of rat meat, but there'd be way more rats in the meat if it wasn't for muckrakers, so show some respect. There was no mystery surrounding her death. None. It would be pointless for me to force myself into a relationship for nothing. Is that really true? Was there really no mystery at all? I don't believe you were completely at ease with the way her suicide resolved. Now, which one do I present? I mean, I assume the one about her, like, Celeste's suicide. Miss Impax's suicide note was never found, was it? Looks like the police were under the suspicion that someone had hidden it. Like maybe the person who discovered her body, Mr. Corita. And Miss Andrews, I believe you thought the same thing. That's why you became intimate with Mr. Corita. I've sat by quietly and listened to your insulting ramblings long enough. It's true that Celeste was my mentor. However, allow me to say this again. It had nothing to do with me. I didn't even know that her suicide note was never found. I'm a person who doesn't care about what goes on in the lives of others. That's the impression you like to give. However, I don't think that's who you really are. What? I have evidence that says otherwise. Miss Andrews, you nearly went through with it too, didn't you? Went through with what? Ending your life. Miss Andrews, you look and act like a very strong woman who has it all together. You don't ask for anyone's help, relying only on yourself. Yes, I've been very independent ever since I can remember. However, that is all just a lie, a facade. I learned how to make the little squiggly line under the sea from my dear buddy and pal, Miley Edgeworth. You've always searched out of people on whom you can depend on. You were dependent on Miss Impax, weren't you? Which is why, when she passed away, you lost everything you had. Stop. When Celeste passed away so suddenly like that, I died a death of my own. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't stop thinking about what had become of her note. You must have heard about the police report. The one that said the police suspected Mr. Corita of hiding Miss Impax's note? You heard about it and thought to recover it from him by getting close, am I right? If that's the case, then everything changes. What do you mean? What topic did we start this conversation on again? Because why was the victim killed? Exactly. Somehow, Miss Andrews, it seems that you have become the one with the reason to want Mr. Corita dead. Me? Miss Impax was everything to you. And then she died. And you wouldn't do anything to find out why she killed herself. Even commit murder. But murder? It's true. I am a woman who can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews. This one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret. Mine and mine alone. I'm sorry. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Not really, no? I mean, unless you murdered him. Well, even if you murdered him, maybe not. It depends. We don't have the full story yet. We can't make a judgment. Please, Miss Andrews, all I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Corita. Celeste. Without her, I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Corita to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. I kind of expected that. I feel like it definitely has something to do with the mysterious person who's kidnapped Maya. Well, that's enough for now. We still have work to do, so... I understand. I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide. I would like for you to keep it a secret. Miss Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Also, you know, it's not weakness. Don't be so hard on yourself. Miss Andrews, I guess you're the overthinking type. He probably never says anything without carefully thinking it through first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it, Pearls? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand for a little while back. That card? Yeah, I guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. It's the magic conch, dude? What is it? It looks like a seashell. That's exactly what it looks like, doesn't it? That or it's like a weird face with a swirly brain and a tattoo. Honestly, I don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. You're not remembering something clearly. Sounds like it would be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Yo, we're not done? Because that should be it, right? I mean, that should be it, Phoenix Wright. Well, I guess we've gathered about all we can. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Yeah, sure, why not? She's been through worse, maybe. Oh, Pearl, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and she's been walking all over the place with me today. And we really mean all over the place, because we had no clue what to do for a while. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh no! I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. I didn't mean to do that. There's no one here. Everyone's gone. I wonder if the three of them went to eat together. Sure. I don't think they'd ever do that. They're probably in yet another meeting. So what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Mr. Nick, the transceiver! Hello, Wright & Co. law offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. I have been poking her from afar with a 10-foot pole. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask Maya, is that you? Sis, ask my sis. Maya? Maya? Damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Okay, I was like, come on, man. You're not that dumb, Phoenix. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. What's up? How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper's one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left, and I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. Now, if only she could use it to, I don't know, make money so we don't have to be a lawyer anymore. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And she didn't see the face of her attacker. Maya's locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? I feel like a note on the ground. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. Don't you mean a burger? I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. Oh. Yeah, I kind of do want to end the video, but... Actually, let me pause for a second, and then we'll keep going for a little bit longer. Alright, back. Yeah, we'll try and finish up this section, like at least get to the trial, and then end the video. Someone dropped a card here. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. In what world does that look like a business card? It's a picture of a seashell, I think. Or it could be a face, man. Like, look, I mean, you can't see my cursor, but this kind of looks like a nose, and this is kind of like weird horns. I don't know why he has horns, but, you know, you can kind of see how it maybe vaguely looks like a little like from the side. Now, why is there a head of cone? I don't know. It's a picture of a seashell. What a strange card. What's this? It feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Well, you're not gonna die of hunger, Maya. You will die of thirst. Potentially, depending on how long this takes. We could say like you know, a few weeks and you'd still be okay on the hunger standpoint. You would just feel like garbage. Drat, it's locked. This door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. Ah, that's it! This shell card! If I use this, maybe I can get that door open. This might be my key out of here. I mean, that really like works mainly for like cheap doors. I had a feeling this card might be useful. And also, it has to not be like deadbolted. I'm such a genius! Alrighty, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. Shouldn't keep Nick waiting. Or worried. Escape room completed? So, that's very odd that Maya actually was able to escape, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it seems like they wanted her to escape. But we'll learn more about that next time. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.